Hello, and welcome to my After Hours demo series, where I try demos on Steam that I don't manage to get to on stream. I also stream on Twitch as Dizzy Pixie, but there's only so much time every day to try out different demos during Steam Next Fest especially. So this After Hours demo series is meant for me to try out smaller demos that I don't manage to get to. I just don't have time to play on stream. Today's game is called Upalu Mundi, I hope. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Upalu Mundi. It is a train puzzle game with a fantasy backdrop. The impression I got was that it was a recently industrialized fantasy backdrop, which sounds really interesting. And I want to see what the dev has done with this. So, greetings. So when the game opens up, it opens up with this screen. So no option screen, no nothing. It opens up with this letter. Hello. The little eyes here. Hi. Greetings. Thank you for picking up the Upalu Mundi demo. Upalu Mundi demo. This version includes the tutorial and most of the first world. If you need help, found a bug, have feedback, or want to share your sub-frontier solutions, we'd love to hear from you. Join us on Discord. I hope you enjoy the game. Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. P.S. Your story begins with the letter to the right. Okay, so clicking on it moved it there, okay? Dear Pyrel, congratulations on your appointment as lead network engineer for the new railway projects subgroup. Bringing rail transport from the mines to the outer wilds is an honorable calling. Your presence here will be sorely missed. Finding a replacement was no easy task, but we've managed to recruit John Keen Ing. He's this year's top graduate, fresh out of the city's prestigious School of Engineering and highly motivated. Would you be so kind as to channel that motivation in the right direction and show him the ins and outs of your job here in the mines before your departure? I've added a project to your drawer for the two of you to tackle together. Yours cordially, Karak Ironman, Head of Trolley Cart Operations, MMI, Mineforge City Branch. So, goods shall be transported from the positive source to the negative target. In accordance with Purity Order 6502, only rail stations and trains shall be used for transport. The budgetary constraints for locomotives and wagons, as per customer requirement, shall not be exceeded. One locomotive moves 5 wagons, 2 locomotives move 8 wagons. Upon reaching a bumper, a train shall reverse. To reverse, a train shall have locomotives on both ends. Rails shall either be straight or curved. What else could they be? Switches shall be automatically added when rails cross. The cost per rail shall be 1 coin, not including cost for clearing territory. Stations shall only be built on straight rails bordering customer sites. Prior to commissioning a transport network, the design shall be tested on a simulation device running EOS. Okay. Too many things. Yeah. Not sure what's important and what isn't. A, enter train build mode. Space, start pause. Tab, advances 1 cycle at a time. Escape, resets. S, station build mode. D, enter single access build. Too many things. I'm sure it makes sense once you're actually in game. I'm sure the tutorial will slowly guide you through this. Fixed switch can only be adjusted before the simulation. Once the simulation starts, the direction is fixed. Load sensing switch. The train does not transport any goods, it follows the grey arrow. Train transports at least 1 good, it follows the yellow arrow. Ooh. Train will go in the direction of the saturated yellow arrow. Once the train is fully passed with its last locomotive or wagon, the arrows will flip. A train generally follows the yellow arrow. If the yellow arrow is immediately followed by a red signal indicating an occupied zone, a train will follow the black arrow. So if this is a occupied zone, train go this way instead, okay? Placing a loading bay, active red stop signs automatically placed on the white platforms. Like these things, I guess? When the wagon arrives at the stop sign, it looks like this. No, not really. When the wagon arrives at the stop sign, it checks if the train should stop to load or unload. Once all goods of a consumer producer have been handled, all adjacent loading bays deactivate. Okay, I'll have to actually try that to understand that. Placing a thinner platform extension deactivates stop sign. I don't see the difference. I know this is deactivated, but I don't see the difference between what's next to this one and what's next to this one. Or why it matters. Looks the same length to me. We'll find out. Single access to a zone build. Rail can be marked with a zone marker. 0. Available zone markers are always one higher than the number of different zones already built. Okay. Signals are automatically placed when a rail that is part of a zone borders a rail from another unknown zone. Rail that is part of a zone like this borders a rail from another zone or no zone like this. So there's a signal here. I don't know why that's important. Trains consider signals on their right side. Your zone is free, the signal is green, and new train can enter. So as the train accesses the zone, all associated signals along the zone, I guess, turn red. Other trains are blocked from entering. Once the entire train has left the zone is unblocked, and all associated signals turn green. Okay. Maximum number of budget. So these are error codes that I hope I can read later. All demands need to be satisfied within 999 cycles. No infinite loops, please. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a train. Okay, so we can read these documents here. This seems to be the same thing. So this entire section is documents. Projects. I guess this is a zone that we're in right now. Simulation. Blueprints. With craft refined and vision true, I serve the many, not the few. In every line and shape my trains, I strive to leave a better place. No question left to fade in night. I face myself with honest light. But we don't know what this is for yet, so nothing here really does anything right now. So off we go. This looks like the train control thing, like spacebar will start the train or something. Escape will stop the train, right? Yeah. There is this. I'm not sure what this does. Okay. Is this like a reset or something? This? This opens this. Is it a reset or is it just a pause? I'm not sure. So the game is not clear off the bat. What, right? Oh, that button closed the game. Let me relaunch the game real quick. If I can find the game. Here we go. It's opening, I swear. Okay. Make sure it's still being captured on OBS. There we go. Okay. So don't press this button. It closes the game without warning. So what is my goal? So like I said, right off the bat, the game doesn't really tell you what the goal is. This obviously moves it back and forth. I understand that much. But it's not like I can build anything, right? I know it's to complete within 999 cycles, so this is going to error out pretty quickly here. But even then, I don't know what. Where does it show? Where does it show the error code? Oh, up here. Yeah, error code 999. Okay, so that part I get. So, but we're supposed to do something, right? What? Oh. I just had to click on. I had to click on this thing to launch the first zone, I guess. Or either that or that was just a practice thing to show you. Okay, let me understand this UI first. So, okay. So this is, I think this is phase 1 of all these things, of like 19 phases, 19 or 20 phases. And when I click this, it puts me into phase 1, which has a separate number of sub-levels. I don't know. But at least we can see what's happening here. Okay, so I have 18 goal to do things with. I still don't really understand this, so this is not a thing yet. Do you want me to bring things from the positive to the negative? So like, these trains are already connected, right? And there's a bumper here, so the train will just go back and forth. This train will just go round and round. So if I just do this, it should. Yep, so I'm now in. Oh no, this is level 1. Doing this opens up level 1 and puts it here as the focus level. So now I can do level 2 and put it here as the focus level. Oh, I missed this note on the first one because I was clicking through too many other things. So minutes taken by Jean Kakimbo. Contribution to the discussion is confirmed by all participants. Once upon a time, hidden between piles of feathery masks and faux royal gowns. John, we've gathered to discuss potential station placements for shaft number 2. I know, imperative 10 irrelevant here. Stations shall only be built on state borders, citing costumer tales. Could you read that again, please? Directly from the manual. 10. Stations shall only be built on straight rails bordering customer sites. Oh. You sound a bit, so not customer, but customer. You sound a bit overworked. Why don't you take the evening off and get some rest? I'll cover this one. So back in the first level, what did this say? As for your instructions, I don't recall giving any instructions. You bestowed upon me the 11 imperatives of the Mountain Mining's Industry Transport Manual. Should I recite them? I don't think that's necessary. 1. No, yeah, we've seen this. Yeah. Okay. Would you do me the honor of pushing the throttle to run the simulations? So this tells you that the first stage, all you have to do is do this, and you'll solve it. And that's basically what we did. For this second stage, you have to build stations shall only be built on state borders citing customer sites. So basically, the issue here is that we have the rails going back and forth, but we don't have a station here or here for the trains to stop at. So I guess like that. I'm not really sure. I can make a 1 level station or a one stretch station or a 2 stretch station. Is it enough to? See, I'm not sure how long the station needs to be. I think the station needs to be long enough for every car. But let's try it like this. I'm curious. So there's a one square station here and 1 square station here. So nothing's moving at all. So let's reset. Okay, so this is a reset button. I'm not sure if I have to have a station on the. Let's look at the first one again. So there's a station on the +1 and a station on the -1. And it's only 1 wide. But it's wide enough for the entire train to go by it. Okay. I see what's going on here. So this train is going this way. I only really need 1 station. I don't know. It doesn't really matter where, right? Here and here. For this one, the train, the caboose, the front locomotive ends up here, and these 2 spaces need to be filled up. But 1 here is enough, because the other one can be filled up on the way in or out. So here, same thing. I need just one station either here or here. Let's start this. Caboose. Okay. This should do the trick. The other loop is kind of slow, but it's still gonna complete before 999. Perfect. Add station loading base. Next one is add, remove, modify trains. Contributions to the discussion is confirmed by all participants. John, are you okay? Your tongue is bleeding. 3. The budgetary constraints for locomotives and wagons as per customer requirements shall not be exceeded. 4. 1 locomotive moves 5 wagons, 2 locomotives move 8 wagons. John, can you hear me? 5. Upon reaching a bumper, a train will reverse. 6. To reverse, a train shall have locomotives on both ends. John! Sorry, I was in a tunnel. The unloading mechanism must be broken. The train loads but never unloads. That train's almost as long as the whole network. Impressive, but maybe not ideal. You can select it to reconfigure or drag it elsewhere, but sometimes starting fresh is easier. We can delete it with the wrecking ball button when selected, or use the right side of the pointing device train mode. Okay, so pointing device train mode. Tank. Oh, that killed the entire thing. So you really just need one. This adds or removes tracks. This adds or removes train things, right? But how do I add a... So this adds the locomotive on the other end of the train. These add the in-between carriages. Okay, so I need one in-between carriage and I need this to go back and forth. This one is looping, so I don't need it to go back and forth. Also, this train should be over. I can drag it. Okay, start here. This one needs to start here. So click this. Yeah, go this way. 2. And this one does not need to... this one does not need a reverse one. It does not need this on the other end, because it'll never reverse. Of course, I could, if I can edit the tracks, which I don't think I can, I could remove a track here, and make it bounce back and forth. But this one has the length of 2, this one has the length of 1. Due to the corners, I can't, unless I can edit the tracks, which I cannot, I can't make this any longer. It'll never fill, or it'll never empty. This one, I can actually add a few more. 4 is maximum, okay. It won't actually let me add a caboose on this thing. Yeah, on this thing, which is kind of weird. I know you're not supposed to have it, but why don't I have the agency to do it if I want to? Oop. Let's say I bring it over here. I can add trains. Yeah, but I cannot add this. Oh, it's because of this. I have a limit of 3 of these and 5 of these. Ah, okay. Anyway. It's weird that I cannot drag this. I can't drag it backwards. I can only drag it forwards if I want it to start here. One more step. Okay. Now I've used up all of this and all of this. Let's go. Perfect. Change switch directions. I received an investment request for a replacement railway modeling kit. Yes, it is most definitely broken. I've checked and rechecked all morning. I follow all 11 imperatives to the letter. The train still doesn't go where I want it to go. Let me put my monocle on and consult the manual. Switches aren't actually covered by the 11 imperatives. You can change the direction the train goes by tapping a switch with the left part of the pointing device. Let me show you. I see. The 11 imperatives are the absolute atomic core of a good design, but additional rules are required to reach perfection. I conclude. Investment request denied. For replacement railway modern kit. Okay, so I can tap these to turn them. So obviously I want these to go like this and they'll go back and forth. I can't actually build any tracks or anything. So let's just do this. Easy enough. So basically what I did there was make sure, so all these tunnels are there then, all these side rails are there then. If I just ran it like this train will go back and forth here and it'll never come to this part. So I straighten this switch, straighten this switch. So I need to get stuff from here to here. This switch, and this switch. And it will do that. Bounce off the end and go back the other way. And pick up, bounce off the end and go back this way and so on. So then that's what happened there. Okay. Number 5. Didn't we just talk about replacing your kit? Why is there another investment request on my desk today? I know, but this time the switches are showing color glitches. I'm pretty sure that's not intended by the manufacturer. Looks like you changed some switch types. For this, you only need normal fixed switches. You can change them back by tapping them with the right part of your pointing device. Let me show you. I see. Yesterday I proposed Amendment 1 to the imperatives. Now I'm thinking of proposing an amendment to the amendment. And now I propose you put on your reading monocle and check Section 3 of the Transport Manual, Advanced Rail Switching for Expert Users. Expert user, murmured proudly. I like these these exchanges between the two. They're very funny. Okay. So what does this do again? So the yellow one, it toggles back and forth once everything's gone. But I can change these between the 3 types, right? And this one only toggles when it's empty, I think. Or when it's occupied. This one is the load sensing one. This one's the flip. This one will always flip. And I toggle them with my right mouse button. So if the train does not transport any goods, follows the gray arrow. So the train is going this way, I think. So I want you to go here. So for this, so I'm toggling this using the right mouse button. I can use this or this. Both should be fine, I think. Because it'll never go here because it'll never be empty after passing this. Actually, that's not. No, yeah, that's true. Until it finishes, it'll never be empty. And it'll never, sorry, I can use this middle one because it'll never be empty. And I can use this one because it'll never be occupied. So either of these should be fine. For this one has to, I have to use this light one. This one. So basically, if there's stuff on it, go this way and deposit it. If there's no stuff on it, go this way. This one, I never want it to go this way, so I'm going to use this black one. This will only trigger if this is occupied. So this black one will only trigger if this square is occupied. Something like that, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, if the yellow arrow is immediately followed by a red signal indicating occupied zone, then it will follow the black arrow. That'll never happen on this map because we don't have anything to trigger that. So this and this are in effect permanent. This is reliant on whether you have stuff on your thing. Okay. And for this one, so if you have stuff, you go straight. This is actually facing the wrong direction. But I can't actually turn it the other way. I can't turn it that way. Okay. So the logic here I want is that if you have stuff, you go this way. So it should be like this. No, this is an always flip. This is an always switch. So the first time you come in, you will have stuff. You come here, you deposit it, you go around this way, and then you'll come out this way. Always. So I actually want something like this. I think. Let's try it. Yeah, and now this thing will switch. This thing, it didn't switch back though. So this will fail in the second loop because it's wrong. Yeah, so why didn't this switch back? Okay, hold on. Oh, I didn't want to reset it. Oh well. Change this to black. Change this to black. This is correct. So I wanted this to always switch, right? So once this thing fully clears, it switches. Like that. But it didn't switch on the second round. Why? Train will go in the direction of saturated yellow arrow. Once the train has fully passed the last locomotive from wagon, the arrows will flip. The arrows did not flip when I on my return trip once I fully passed that one. So I don't understand why, because I would have expected this to straighten out, right? So lacking that I don't know why. We'll have to. This resets, right? Yeah. It resets without resetting the map. So we'll have to use what happens if we do something like this? I'm curious which way the train will go. If it goes round like this and hits this. So that seems to work. It picks the correct way to go. So, I mean, sure. Okay. Level 6. John, you look exhausted. I stayed up all night thinking about the imperatives. I'm not sure I understand them anymore. Those on building rails seem especially vague. 7. Rails shall be either straight or curved. 8. Switches shall be automatically added when rails cross. 9. The cost per rail shall be 1 coin, not including cost for clearing territory. But what does it mean, really? Didn't you manage to build a complete network earlier this week? Yeah, but wouldn't it help if the imperatives were clearer, like with amendments? Laying tracks is more a matter of practice than of law. It's more like placing stations or trains, but you can even drag to build faster. I conclude regress is made. Okay, so now I get to build rails. So the easy one here would be like that did not go. You basically need this. I'm trying to click and drag, but it's not working. It's not working at all. It's kind of awkward. You have to click. It's easier to click single clicks. I'm trying to click and drag. So if I click here and I drag it here, it actually skips the first square. Right? So if I want to start it here, if I want the track going from here to here, I actually have to start here and do this. In fact, no, I have to start here and go one further, I think. So if I want a rail that starts here and ends here, I have to start one square before and go until one square after, which is weird. But I guess you're also kind of placing the orange flag at the end. But then that's not really true, right? Because if you just click, it spawns the orange flag on both sides. Yeah. So you actually start one before and end one after. Which is weird. But anyway, this works. So, train. Oh, this is a one. Okay, so this is a one. You have one engine, one locomotive, and 2 rails. So you can't actually build one that bounces like this. Okay, so this has to loop. You have no choice. Let's go back to. Oh, this reverses it. Okay. Remove this. Remove this. Actually, no. I do need this. How do I change the mouse wheel? Okay. I mean, I can just drag it and automatically change, but mouse wheel does a trick as well. Can just drag it, right? Okay, that should do the trick. But I need stations as well. Station, 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 station. If I add random tracks, so this goes up, not down. Whenever I build a thing, technically I could save. I could save 2 more monies by like, right? Like, but instead of doing this, I leave the I make the turn 1 step earlier, like that, and then drag this, do that. I guess no, I guess it's the same. Still 32. Oh yeah, no, it's yeah, because this rail gets longer when this one gets shorter. Okay, anyway, silly me. Technically, I think I could make a shorter one if I wanted by making a loop at the end here and making a loop at the end here. I think. But I don't know if the game actually does the game allow me to do that. Let's try out of curiosity. So I do this. See that if I drag it like that, it should automatically Ha. There. You can erase this. Erase this. This. The track is length 3, so in theory, I could get away with a shorter. Can't I just do this? I think I can, right? Instead of doing this, just loop this around, down, clear these 2. Doesn't that work? So now I'm only spending 25 instead of 32. Look at me go. Look at the little train go. Except that this switch should really be flipped around, but this works. Very nice. Okay. 3 more. Add a single access zone. I'm stuck on this design. All the simulated trains enter the unloading zone and they get stuck. Wouldn't drivers know better in real life? They might, but it is always better to give clear instructions. You can define a single access zone which prevents other trains from entering if one is already inside. Let me show you. I see. As per your instructions, I'll propose an amendment focused on instruction clarity. More amendments. Okay. So right now, when one train goes in here, the other one gets stuck. What direction are these going? Bunk? Okay. So basically, this train has to wait until this one is out. Something like that. So, into zone. This whole area has to be zone 1. Look at them go. Very nice. And remove station platform extensions. What happened to your hand? Ouch, nothing, just an incident. Incident? The train wouldn't stop for unloading, so I stepped in. You use your hand to stop a train? Isn't there a safety paragraph about that? You mean the one that says nobody must be pushed in front of the train, even if 5 people are lying on the tracks? Not exactly. Let me take a look. The problem might be those grayed out stop signs. Wagons only check for loading or unloading when a stop sign is red. Wait, why are they grey? In earlier projects, they were always red. When you build a loading bay, it automatically adds a red stop sign. But if you add a thin platform next to it, the sign turns grey and gets deactivated. Right. I placed a brown thingy at a mine when I tried rotating a loading bay and was amazed 2 goods loaded simultaneously around a corner. The same trick didn't work at the forges. Let's remove the unnecessary platform extensions at the forges together. There's also a section on advanced station mechanics in the manual. If it's for expert users, I'm on it. Okay, so what's happening here? So this is grey, this is grey, this is grey. Why? If you add a thin platform extension, like that thin platform extension, I didn't really understand. You build a loading bay, it automatically adds a red one, but if you add a thin platform next to it, the sign turns green, gets deactivated. Thin platform next to it. That's the thing I don't get. What do they mean by a thin platform next to it? I can't actually build this anywhere else, eh? I still don't understand this wheel. So it's these brown things, but I don't understand what the use of them are. I basically have to remove the brown things, the brown platforms. But I can't add them back, so I don't really understand what the tin platforms are for right now. But at least I understood, I identified them. So this kind of should work, right? Okay, well. Optimize for cost time. John, have you heard of the Upalu Mundi? Upalu Mundi, a holy force of grandest wisdom, eternal warrantor of the optimal system. I see you're familiar with the fervor of Upalism. Upalism? Upalism. As extraordinary as the Upalu's physical properties are, there is no need to blindly follow it. Upalu Mundi, our guiding hand of self-improvement, in all we obey the gleaming movement. Well, in our case, the Upalu can help us see how much better our designs could be in terms of cost and time. I see you've placed 3 options in my blueprint drawer. One optimized for cost, and another for time, and a weird one. Let's see if we can find a design even closer to the Upalu's prediction of optimality. I'm ready to be guided by the iridescent light of reason. Pyrel, can you make sure to stamp John's certificate of qualification after finishing so I can send it out? Okay. So they talk about blueprints. So one was 499 turns, 46 cars. One was 535 turns, 29 cars. And one was, let's not talk about it. One was way off that way, I guess. No, one was here. 725 cars. Oh, you can see what the blueprints are. What's even happening here? There's a bounce here and a bounce here and a bounce here. Okay. This is a 499, 46. 535 and 29. Okay, yeah. So why is this longer? This is longer because he's taking the longer route, isn't he? Like 499 turns, 535 turns. So like going this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 squares. Going this way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 squares. So this way is faster. So what we want is to build this way. Do I have 2 locomotives? Yes, I do. Okay. So you basically want to start here, go here, go here. Start here, go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. One more. Now we add a train. Now first we add stations. Here and here. Here and here. We add a train. Here. Reverse train. And 2 things. Here we go. So the one I built was here. 459 tons and 25 cost. Which is much better than those 2. Okay. The seal of excellence, I, the certifier, hereby confirm that the certifier has successfully completed all mandatory training and is fully qualified to perform the duties associated with our role to the satisfaction of MMIEC. I think I've completed this level. I'm not sure what they want. Like there's no. Does that mean I've completed the level? I'm not even sure. Like this is X, right? So this is completed. I know it's a pain, but you need to go through the motions here. Once John has completed all areas of training, he can reconfirm his readiness for work by stamping the certificate and mailing it off. Once it's stamped, just let me know when I should send the certificate to the employee department. After that, you'll be officially relieved of your duties to the Department of Trolley Cart Operations and free to step into your highly important new role. GG. Nice. Jiamusai, Technological Department, underwhelming. Visitors to the 57th Interregional Trade Fair were treated to the unintentional comedy as the Jiamusai delegation unveiled their latest attempt to bring ships of water to land. So I'm not going to read out all this. We shall leave this as an exercise for the reader, but I am reading it right now, so. Interesting. To Swan the Snowmon Fest. Nice. Equal access to water. Dream becomes reality. From prophecy to productivity. Upalu man sees industrial awakening. Interesting. Job opportunity. Upalu Mensa. The trolley car was found running in an infinite loop for 3 straight days before being discovered by maintenance staff. To everyone's surprise, it was still manned by a now deeply confused but otherwise unharmed dwarf operator. Nice. The newspaper. So what now? So there's a chapter 10 and more stuff as well. I'm going to do one additional thing. I'm not sure if that one additional chapter the tutorial talked about meant this, tutorial plus this, or tutorial plus like a whole bunch of things. So let's do this. Contributions to the discussion is confirmed by all participants. I'd like to welcome all of you to the newly assembled Railway Project subgroup. So let's talk about new beginnings. I mean, beginnings are not always great. Confusion, probably many mistakes, lots of uncertainty. But hey, I once saw this quote on a coffee mug. Something with planting a seed and waiting for it to grow. Sometimes it might not sprout or it just withers, but if Jin, you are still transcribing, right? Sorry, my mind must have drifted to the adventures that await us. As per the agenda, we were going to do a round of introductions. Right, introductions. I got a bit carried away there. What I was trying to say is that I'm a mere shepherd and you are my sheep. Sheep know how to eat grass, right? Just like you know how to do your job. So go forth and multiply our profits, I guess. We'll do introductions next time, Pyrel. I trust you know what to do on this project. So each of these symbols is represents each person in a room. Okay. So in this case, I have to actually destroy some of these as well. Like I specifically have to destroy 2, right? Unless I can build stations. Oh, I can build stations and I can build railways on these things. So yeah, no destroying. Can I cut through these? I wonder. I can, but it costs money. So it costs me 3 to go through this, and just 1 to go to this. So I have 1 of these and 4 of these. The question is, what is the best way to? I could station here, or I could station here. I'm guessing one of the possible routes is just like this. And then go down like this. Except it needs to connect better. Like that. Like that. That. Oh no, but the stations have to be straight. I forgot about that. So actually, no. Okay, so one of the possible routes, and I don't know if it's the optimal route, just the first one that sprung to mind, is a variation of what John in the previous thing was doing. Oh my god. Which is this. Then you have stations. Here and here. No, this won't work though. This wouldn't work because you need to fill up. This has to be extended 1 more space if I want to do this. Or I have to loop it around. Oh, I have to loop it around because I only have only one of those things. So regardless, I cannot do a back and forth one. Okay. Zone thing, I don't need that. Trains don't need that right now. But I can do it this way. God, this thing. So, if I cannot build out here, so each one out here costs 5. So this is prohibitive. So I want to use this and this as my landing point. So yeah, I do have to do something like this. Not like this. Something like that, you know. So I can have my stations here and here because they have to be on straight. These 2 have to be straight. So this and this are compulsory, and this are compulsory, and everything else after that is just connecting them up. Like of course I could, instead of doing this, I could move it this way, but this is funnier. Yeah. Oh, I should actually put on a train as well. So train starts at the positive side. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. So this doesn't actually work. I mean, it does, but each time the train only really loads up from the first one. Ah. I don't know that there is a solution for that. Well, it's not so much there's no solution for that. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not sure I need a second platform then. It is a little slower, I think. Technically, I could just do this. Platforms, remove this, and remove this, right? And then you'll just go like, you'll pick up one at a time. You're gonna take 4 units each time down. Upalu Mundi. One for 528, but it wants me to reach these lines, I think. So we need to optimize this route. And I think the way to optimize the route is you need a second station. But I don't know how to activate the second station on this side because it keeps unloading. They all unload when the first wagon hits this thing. And they all reload when the first wagon hits that thing. Train. Like this is slightly better. Right? If move from here to here. Weird that this starts at 5 and it goes to 6. Same price, but I cut off 8 here because of the unloading and reloading. Huh. How do I make this use 2 stations is the question. So I need a platform extension. I think. I don't actually have a thing to build a platform extension. I'm not sure how to build a platform extension. So this part is actually, I have to do something different here, right? I have to actually go into this water because I need 2 straight lines. So I need something like, yeah, this cannot turn. So I actually do need this. Oh, this has to be straight. I can't build turns on water. Yeah. But this is pretty bad, right? We can try it anyway, but it's going to be pretty bad. But at least this way I can unload 2 at a time. Yeah, so 7 saved me a bunch, but my cost went way up. So I'm still off of the Upalu Mundi, which is the efficiency line that you need to hit, I think. Interesting. What is the solution here? The reason it's inefficient is because it's going through. It's because of the loading and unloading. That thing takes forever, right? Like if I cut through the trees, and go down like this, and around. The cost is a lot lower, but the oh, I can't even build a station like this. The track cost is lower, but the cost of going through the trees will be higher. And I don't have the double. I can only have one platform doing this, so the platform cost will be higher as well. I don't know how to build a tin platform though. That would help. Oh, by clicking this a second time, I can build a tin platform. Oh. So hold on. Okay, let me finish building this first. So for this, in this use case, you just do this. And you just do this. And you will stop this because I forgot to build a platform over here. And here you almost hit. Almost hit. Upalu Mundi. But you have to refine this a little more. By refining a little more, I think it means you have to okay. Hold on, let me scrap this. So what happens if I build a station? I'm going to do the same thing as before. So this. This. Basic one. So I build a station here and here. And I toggle this and build one here. So that was what I was missing. That was what the first guy had in the previous. That's what John had in the previous thing that was missing. And the way to create a tin rail is to click on this a second time. Okay. Put this here. Plus. Go. Here. Solution 9 is Upalu Mundi. It's one of these solutions. There might have been a way to get down here. I'm not sure. I think this kind of implies that there are different ways of getting a best solution. Pyrel best. Pyrel other. Yeah. Upalu Mundi. So that, I think that solves the level. Right? Oh, and then there's still a level 11. Jin tells me you're fired up and ready, so I'll spare you the pep talk. Let's get straight to intros. First up, Jin, our administrative wizard. Thrilled to be here. Let's make things happen. Next, we've got Nat, the accountant. Nat Gohan, finance guy. If it costs too much, I'll let you know. Let's make some money. And here's Pyrel, a network engineer. That last name, Karerach. Did I butcher that? You give it your best shot. That's what counts. Hi everyone, let's have fun, I guess. Now, Bliss and Otis from R&D. Wait, where did those two disappear to? I trust you know what to do. The steel mill needs to be supplied from the mines again. Okay, so the levels do continue. I'm not sure how long. I'm gonna call the video here because we finished the tutorial and we finished one level. And I think you can kind of go on. Obviously, it could get pretty interesting. It's a mix of story and puzzles, and you have to optimize each one. And I like very much that you have this to tell you what the Upalu Mundi is, which obviously means like the most optimized route that you can make. Maybe there are ways to get even better than the Upalu Mundi. You have to kind of experiment with that. But yeah, very nice. And that was an introduction to the game Upalu Mundi on Steam. Definitely going to keep an eye on this one. Train puzzle game. Thank you very much for watching Steam Next Fest, and I'll see you another time. Goodbye.